Welcome to our super chats. Yes, I have added them back into the equation. I am shuffling things around. Although we won't have Mercury direct until about the 25th, I was like really over the last 24 hours trying to reshuffle everything, bring things together, get your posts ready, look at the new content I want to bring. And we have added a schedule for the next 3 months for the public super chats. If I feel an extra one is required, I will put them through. But we also do have the scheduled members updates. And the benefit of those are if you have those really private questions and you want to be really candid within the super chats and be connected to like-minded individuals, that's really going to help you. As much as, that aids you, we also have Discord, the chat room. I chime in from time to time, and we do have the pre-release content. So I don't look fantastic, but, just pretend we're all hanging out. We've got our cuppa, which I chose not to bring on this occasion. And we will have a quick chat about some of the new things. You are now going to be getting the updates to the twin flame path. They are going to be on a Saturday, Greens Mission time, and they are going to be in the morning. I'm trying to get it to a point within my schedule and organisation, as we still are in Mercury retrograde, so forgive me. I'm trying to get it where public get their updates, and then the perks of the members, it's all ad-free content, and they get theirs a week ahead. At some point, I believe it'll end up being 2 weeks ahead, just the way the weeks go. But they will get theirs pre-release. They'll also get some individual updates and some tips about the transits and how they can interact. And I do chime in from time to time. I will be at a point in time creating guided meditation. We do need to be quite cautious about audio that we do use on YouTube. So initially I will be hosting sessions, and it will be private. It will be through the members if you want to join, but I will actually communicate with those of you who do wish to. Oh, my hair looks gorgeous. I woke up like the storm. That's how sad it is. It was in a bun. I mostly wear my hair tied up most of the day at my other job, so probably the only reason it's surviving. So, yeah, there will definitely be new content, but I'm trying to get it where it's manageable. I'm going to be providing blog posts that can give you moon energy updates. I'm going to try and incorporate moon energy updates through the month, but I do need to get ahead first before I can reintegrate them and have them on a regular basis. And there will be monthly energy predictive updates. So that so far is where I'm at in the back end of it. So I'll just update. I have seen that Twin Flame Love Potions has just added, so I'll add that to my actual link. We'll put that in there. And then we can have that screaming along the bottom. That's about right, correct? Screaming along the bottom. I might change that. And I like the minimal personally. We'll leave it like that. I thought I'd change it. I had to add everything into the stream deck. The masculine, feminine, karmic, upgrades of the banners, so that it actually advertises that if you do want to come through and see the content, that you actually can get the next edition. Thanks, Google. You can get the next edition out in the members. So now, for those of you that don't know members, especially those of you that follow me, all your content for May, the first week of May, is already recorded. So you can actually go through and take a listen to those. Hi, Angela. How are you, my love? I was thinking about you earlier. I'm going to get the cards prepared. So I did have some feedback from the members, because I did mention to them we would have guided meditation sessions, especially moving through particular transits. I have mentioned quite a bit inside the members some of my predictive energies. Sometimes I share them, but I am going to go into really doing my energy update for the month and what I see coming through psychically. And it'll probably be a 2-pocket series, and I can jump back and we can relook at those predictions through the month and have a chat about them inside updates, so to speak. But we shall see how we go. So all of this Mars energy has had us amped. The most conflicting energy I really did see was Mars in the House of Pisces. I definitely saw some, and we'll always have light and dark in the circumstances, so there's definitely positive energies. We could have been using that Mars energy in a very healthy way, or we could have seen the more darker side of Mars and Pisces, which could have been quite toxic, but both exist. You're doing well. Good to hear. So we have Tracy first. I went through into the PayPal and I had a look. I posted it into the members to give them a heads up about the anxiety today. Well, the Schumann has been rising. But again, because we do have the moon moving into Scorpio, we're going to be doing some purging, okay? Now, if we can ease into the wave of things and actually see how we are feeling, not only will our bodies be directly going through that purgatory cycle, and it can be shadow energy. It also can be in your physical environment. You're needing to be careful of maybe use-by dates with food. Scorpio in astrology can link to the poison, the toxin. We can be kicking bad habits. We emotionally can be looking at things maybe that we shouldn't be doing anymore. But this also can be a wrap-up. It can be a need to actually clear something, out of our bodies, out of our emotions. It can be hidden, and it can be things coming out that are sort of like exposures. The other thing it can link to is our physical environment. So it can be that we have breakdowns. Mercury still is retrograde prior to the moon and after for a few more days. So there is a possibility of plumbing issues or washing machines breaking down. And I'm praying that's not going to happen to me, because do we really need that? But it's the 8th house, so it can be tax, debt, sex, legacies, inheritances, intimacy, emotional wounds. It's a full moon. So yes, we can. Scorpio energy also can be very obsessive. So we could all of a sudden become very, what would I say? Almost like you desire something so much it's like it belongs to you, and it can be very obsessive. Or it can be almost very protective, where we want to protect ourselves and we want to push that energy out. But you need to look to the yin and yang of that, of how it's going to play out for you. But definitely do some journaling, and it could be a good time to, there you go. It could be a good time to actually clear your homes, to repair things, to get things organized, to get things in order, especially as Mercury has been retrograde. Things have been very, very busy. A lot of you could be very, very tired. And we're setting those new intentions and new doors opening. So there could be something we're needing to get rid of, in a sense, to make room for the new. Tying up those loose ends. Just thought of another thing I need to do. I was even talking to my neighbour, and they're going through the same things. We will be, but we will find with Mars ingressing into the House of Aries, we're going to have a lot more energy. Being in the House of Pisces, it's very psychological. So there is a lot to do with psychology, fertility, females. Mars is like sharps, fire, planet of war, but it also can be passion and purpose. So we did need to utilize a lot of energy during this month. And it did feel like we needed to come up for air. As the transitions move into the House of Taurus, we're going to feel more, we could be more indulgent. We may overeat. I'm telling you, whenever I see Venus and Taurus, I'm like, heck, keep me the heck away from that cookie jar. It's going to come. Leo, next to you in the house, you know what I'm talking about, sister. We have a good comedy session within the members, and we're like, oh no, Venus and Taurus is coming. We're going to want the finer things in life. We're going to be looking at image, especially as divine feminines. It's like, how do I feel inside my body? Do I want to change something? Is it cosmetically? Is it, and Mercury retrograde in Aries is not a good time. You can have differing effects. So what can happen is there can be more swelling. So, and again, this is not medical advice. This is astrology and how it can kind of shape our worlds. If you were to, for instance, have plastic surgery, there can be a bit more swelling. There can be a bit more time for healing, because Chiron is in Aries as well. So if you can wait, great. Otherwise, just use due diligence. If you see something's off, go and see a professional. That's about the gist of it. So definitely, as Mercury does go shadow direct, we'll probably have about 2 weeks into May. We will be clearing those cycles up. But on the day it goes direct, it's shadow, which means don't do anything, okay? You're in a tunnel. You don't know whether you're going left or right. You can be fixing the past and the future simultaneously. You're going to feel foggy, a little bit like an eclipse. Just don't push. Don't push. Deal with it as it comes. Oh, you just did. Okay, so the first individual, how have we had this playing out anyway? Has everyone been having fun with this? Have we been having fun with the transits? Now I feel quite short. I wonder if I ditch the banner. It's a bit lower. They did all this changing in StreamYards. Longest week ever. I had a moment where I didn't know it was Thursday. I didn't know we had reached Thursday, and we actually had. I'd already done Thursday. That was nice. I was like, legit, yes, yes. Friday, just hated Friday. Did not like Friday. I know hate's a strong word. Twin Oasis hate's a strong word. I hated it. It sucked. Okay, Tracy. What we have here is your reading. Now, I will, unless you are here, I will just be telling you what I see in the energy. We do have the information, especially in the blog post, and it is to do with, yes, you can pay via YouTube. You can pay via PayPal. $20 per question. If you have another one, yes, it's another question. Otherwise, you can book a private reading. So, overall energy, or what do I see coming through for you, my love? Oh, good grief. You could be hitting a point in your life. I'm here. Just tell me. Okay, I get this feeling you're having a revelation. Now, this could be to do with various areas in your life. It could also be work that you could be overqualified in a particular area. You could feel spiritually that you're outgrowing a situation, or it could be that you are feeling you know a situation very well and you have a lot of clarity to do with something. And you're sort of like, okay, am I second guessing myself in this notion? I really know how I am observing the circumstance, maybe what I feel, what I need to do. But it's like you're aware of something. You're acutely aware of something. You're overqualified at saying, don't second guess yourself. But you also could feel that there are people there, people around you at the moment that are, could be self-righteous. They could be egotistical. But it feels as though something in you spiritually is evolving and you're becoming aware of things. You also, Tracy, may find that you're picking up on frequencies of people. And this is something that I noticed a few weeks ago, really coming through very loud and clear. And it could be to do with the intuitive energy with Mars and Pisces, really sensing people's intentions, observing people's frequency and psychology. And you're sort of like, so, if you're in that self-awareness, you are going to be able to observe what the person's blockage or intention is. So you're going to be able to navigate those waters a lot more from a very intuitive level. Now, there could be, this has been shown to me in a few ways. One, they're saying to me in the past, look, it could have been that you were looking at money in a very different fashion to what you are right now. Now, if this is because you are getting to a point where you're at a T section in a road, now it doesn't have to be money. This could be just in general, a value system that you're reviewing and you're looking at, and it's changed, it's differed. You're seeing a change. This could also be a change in direction. You feel that a business, a life, or a way you're observing it needs to shift. It's like you're noticing the past and the present. You're noticing maybe how things kind of demise and grow. And you're looking at some evolution that needs to occur, but also your value systems are changing. And it feels as coming to this healthy level. It's almost like you're aware that both you need value in life, but you also need spirituality. So it does feel as though you're trying to harmonize the both. This also could have felt like you were working towards a particular goal and feeling as though, look, am I on the right path here? Am I, you know, are things going to go according to plan here? Am I on the right path? How do I spiritually get that balance? And I do think you are on the right track, not to second guess yourself. You're going to be maybe reworking something or reviewing something. If you were getting to a stage, and they're wanting me to mention this to you, although I feel your energy, where you're going and what you're doing is very, very protected. You're very logical when it comes to life. I do also feel if you have come to a stalemate for you personally and you feel this is no longer for you, you are going to be okay if you decide to move elsewhere. I don't necessarily feel it's like a loss of a job or a loss of a road or a goal. I feel it's going to be a personal choice, but there is something that you're actually pondering at this point in time, or the pondering directly could come up for you. And I definitely see some transitions here. If this is about winning a race, so to speak, and again, they do speak in riddles, I also do feel you're taking a tactical approach. I do think it's going to be in your favour. You could have some major paperwork that you need to address. I hate paperwork. Like if I could just have someone do paperwork at all times, I'd be like so happy. But universe always brings it to me. There's always some element of paperwork. Now, this feels like some sense of paperwork you're going to have to address. Again, they're saying you're going to have a happy outcome. I'm also seeing that, especially if you're going through your bank records or anything to that degree, as much as this isn't financial advice, they're saying that you're going to see something that maybe you didn't purchase. They're making reference to going back and checking, or something missing on some paperwork. Something's missing. Something is a bit off. Something's funky. Again, they're still making reference to the fact that whatever direction you're going at this point in time, you're going to have success. There could be an element of paperwork here. Whatever intentions you're planting for your future, I feel you're selecting very cautiously. I sense that there's going to be a break as well. So this could be a time where you're working hard to play hard, but you're working hard for a bigger reason. Now, again, work doesn't have to be physical 3D work. It could be in general in your life, making sacrifices, doing things you need to do. But this adjusts, this redirection of the energy. I do think you're going to have a break. I see you actually working through this dynamic, coming up for air. Are you having a move of location? They're showing me this in different ways. This could be a physical move of location. This could be for a particular reason. This could be a group or an endeavor. If it's business, it could be that you're upgrading the image, the identity, the way it's running, the structure, the individuals involved in it. It just feels it's going to be new in some shape or form. I do feel various facets of your life are going to come full circle, because I'm seeing these 4 walls, but it's almost like a pyramid and everything coming into your life at the right time. This can be love, tribe, friends, work. It feels like something is coming full circle here, but you're definitely manifesting this in. Especially if you felt either one area has been fantastic and other areas haven't been. It feels like you're almost drawing a line in the sand and you're like, no, I would like to have it all. It's time for that to happen. But there is a restructure here. If there is anything, look, I always find as Mercury goes shadow direct, I tend to find Mercury the most conflicting at that point in time. There is a potential if old situations are coming up. Try to not allow them spiritually to deter you from moving forward. They're temporary inconveniences. They're not the status quo. Does that make sense? So it's there for a given reason. So they're trying to pre-warn you that if something is coming up from the past and something is being dealt with, not to second guess yourself, not to say that that's the pebble in the road that breaks the cart. They're actually saying it is for a given reason, and there could be some benefits to it. This could also be a review as such, a stalemate, temporarily, very temporarily, but I ultimately see you moving to a very happy ending in this circumstance. And really pay attention to your creative ideas, because these creative ideas are actually going to benefit you quite a bit. They're referencing family, so there could be something happening in your DNA family. This could be going to visit them. It could be something evolving and shifting within their life, but there is going to be like a catch up with a group of people and a transition within your life, potentially to do with career and other areas. I hope that helps. Let's get the cards shuffled. Where are we at? Dawn. How you doing, Dawn? Need I not ask? Poor Dawn. Dawn's like, Yildiz. So we have Dawn up next. Hi, beautiful. How are you doing? So how you been? I've been reading the members and all the chit-chat in there, and I've been the fly on the wall. Yep, fly on the wall. What would you like to ask? Do you have a question? It's been a week. I think it's been a few years, really. I mean, if we look at that, we'll probably cry, right? We'll be like, I keep hearing 2012, and look, when you think about it, it was probably well and truly popping off before then. It's just become more severe as the years progress. And then you're humbled. You know, you have the death of the ego in certain areas, and you're like, joys of awakenings. Okay. Let's see what we need to know for you, unless you have a direct question. Poor guy next door is getting his house ready to sell. We have bidding wars here in Australia. You're open. Okay. We shall see what comes through. Ooh. Dawn, you need to clear your energy, my love. You need to clear your energy. What do I say? Okay, you have judgment in reverse here. It's funny, I'm actually feeling that this is more to do with frustration than anything, but some of the energies inside your reader feeling quite heavy. We do have the karmic energy who's popping up. But it's almost like it's affecting sometimes when we are around individuals, and this is one example, especially being a psychic medium that works with energy. Sometimes it can be we go to hospital, for instance, and there's very depressive energy. There could be ill individuals, etc. And if we're very tired and run down, we can actually absorb that energy, a little bit like walking on a carpet, the static shifts. See, I'm trying to bring it out. Now, if you don't detox it, what happens is we can actually start exhibiting very karmic frequency. Who is this energy? Now, if this is your feeling towards a person and you've tuned into them too much, and they're a toxic individual, for instance, you can accidentally embody them like you're having a psychic attack. Now, you're looking at one side of the coin of this one particular individual. You are angry at 2, 3, but one particular individual, and I do feel it's a feminine, I feel it's a karmic, you're only looking at one side of the coin, which is why it baffles you so much, because you're like, this person is toxic, this person is X, Y, and Z. Why do they get what they want? You need to look at the opposite side of the coin, and then we can see the true painting, the true story, the whole story. So there is a contract theoretically, not only happening with you and TF, but actually with the karmic at this point in time, and it's you that can cut that cord. But we look at it 2-3D, and it's within our chakra systems, it's within our crown chakra, it's within our third eye. We have this ingrained through our system because of previous experiences, and then when it comes up through a karmic triggering us, we will re-embody that frequency depending on the transits. Something could come up for you. Let me have a look where this can be hitting a chakra, because I'm seeing it in the read. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we had the eclipses both in your 5th and the 11th house. And we're still working through that, right? The 5th house can be to do with romance, creativity. It's actually in the South Node at the moment. So unresolved feelings to do with budding romances, connections, illicit affairs, doing things right, keep doing things by the book. And the 11th house can be the things you do for other people, your purpose, your career, your friendship groups. You know, we can look at friends in that area. And conflict between maybe you having to be everything, but feeling like, where is that? How do I get to that? And again, it can come through a projection towards you or a projection out. So you could feel as though you want so much more than what you have in your life right now. Although sometimes we can merge that energy between friendship and love. And it can be that you are very similar to Aquarius in that you actually spiritually need a friendship and a connection. They need to be your friend. You also spiritually could be believing that, and there could be a wound associated to that, is that the only thing you are to this person is a friend. And that's actually not true. Okay. Now, yes, in the 3D, the most obvious standpoint would need to happen is that person comes to a closure with that cycle so that they can be open to an opportunity with you. And that can be triggering you to a degree, because your frustration that's coming up is this person won't leave because of maybe financial situations. Oh, it'll be divorce, it'll be messy. So you could both be angry at the masculine and the karmic at this point in time. You could be like, how did you get yourself in this shit? So the karmic energy set, we have the karmic showing up. You're like, all that glistens is not gold, though, because your perception of this is these individuals are living this magical life when deep down spiritually, you know they're not. Or there would be no conflict or frustration or angst. Something to do with their workplace is still pissing you off. You feel they have power to do things, but they choose not to. This creates fear inside you. But deep down, you do know that they are getting tired of a circumstance. You can physically see it. But this is making you feel very not optimistic. It's like, oh gosh, I've been observing this for so long. The other thing that's worrying you is the rebuild after. It's okay. If all is said and done and this goes pear-shaped and this person leaves the circumstance, it could be that you're forward projecting into what will this look like. What you need to do in that instant is actually, especially if you can't find a solution, both to the current point and to your future in your projection of the manifestation with the image of what you're seeing, what you actually need to do is say, I acknowledge the fact that there are blockages and there would be a rebuild that would need to happen. Ask your guides to create those doors. And it's almost like we then do spiritually purge the ego. We don't let that to allow us to believe that a door isn't opening. This person also does get very triggered when you do mix with friends because it makes them feel that they're being left behind. That's okay too. That's their shadow. That's something they need to effectively deal with. And so part of your mission is being yourself at this point in time. It's actually trusting. You also could be misinterpreting a connection between the friendship group, it being a romantic connection. And I feel it's just that it feels safe. I don't feel there's ultimately a lot of chemistry with this individual, but I feel it gives you confidence, it gives you that boost, and it makes you feel understood. We don't necessarily need everyone to be exactly like us, but we want to have those, it's like a food pyramid. We want that love, understanding, and support. But there could be a friend here that is quite keen on you, and you could be considering it. But this week, I would say for you, there are some frustrations you're feeling. I feel if you spiritually protect yourself and you clear it, I do feel it's going to pass. I feel also there could be some revelations coming from this individual, and they may actually open up a lot more towards you in the next few weeks, especially because we're moving. In our transits, we're moving, and there is liberation energy. And we're taking that Aries influence with us, and we are going to, even as it does go direct, we're going to be implementing it in a more assertive fashion. So I feel you're going to see something different. I feel you could be second guessing this, and it's perfectly natural that you are. There is an opportunity for a connection here coming forward. You could be at a T section in the road, but I would say what I am seeing is there could be a conversation about the karmic, and maybe this individual, you're getting drops of what is going on. They're sort of trying to drop hints to you that it is not so great, but they could open up to you even further this week. Let's take a look. I hope that helps, Storm. I hope it helps, my love. You forgot to sage. Yeah, just you could drink. I would probably say, yeah, keep your fluid, keep your hydration up. Diary, definitely diary. Could be a good time to actually, be an acknowledgement of some of those things that maybe you've been believing and feeling. Fun times, Dawn. So has there been a showdown with that? That's okay, love. Yeah, but definitely triggers. It's almost like if we know, and it's one of the most frustrating journeys, and I can completely empathize. You will come to a space where you will realize it's part of this person's spiritual ascension to close these cycles. While you spiritually believe it can't evolve, it stays stagnant. When you can detach and stay in that cycle on axis, no matter what is moving you, you will be in the surety. And so the reference point you need to stay sane with that situation is to look back where you had to address something you felt you could never leave behind. And know that even you come to that pivotal point. So then why would that person not also? Money will not define it. We have many excuses for the reasons why we choose not to honor the truth of what is. That can be money, kids, house, structure, safety, codependency. But do you know when it gets really shitty? There's no excuses left. You have to address it. So you will come to a peaceful place when you are spiritually ready. A lot of maybe what the triggers are totally polar opposite to what this is about. And it could be to do with our shadow energy that we're actually working on. Some of the wounds that were created, through our lifetime that we're carrying and gradually peeling away like an onion. So it can still directly be triggered by that individual, but it also may be something very, very separate that is spiritually transforming through you. So sit with that and hopefully you'll see something that, lands with you. Shasta, how you doing, my love? I believe you wanted to see what was going on with love. I just don't think everyone you touched on. Oh, girl, I feel ya. It's one of those things. It really is. It's a difficult thing, but the more onion layers you peel, you'll feel so good. You'll be like, I know this is not about me. Because what we have for a person, especially in a soul contract, is they are the mirror to our soul. So we can empathize because we have walked a mile in their shoes. We also can be angry at them at times because we were angry at ourselves at a point where we didn't directly take action. So that's where, when we can look at the opposite side of the coin, we can go, oh, I remember back. And then you get the PDF of going, well, hang on a minute. How long did it take for me to get there? And trust me, it takes them so much less than us. But it gives you, once you have that revelation, it's like a information download. Within 24 hours it moves. It really does. It's so bizarre. You have this peace point, you have this calm point, you'll get movement, you'll get a phone call, you'll get changed attitudes. And it's about staying centered in the eye of the storm. And it's not that you're going to be perfect. We're not supposed to be. It's just you're going to be in awareness through that wave. Okay, Shasta. Ugh. So it's like you're a conscious mind having a physical experience. Acknowledge the physical experience. I said it a few weeks back. I actually said to my team, I am in victim consciousness. I am aware I am in victim consciousness, but I am a partaker in that situation. Why? It's because I know I wish I didn't have to do X, Y, and Z, but for a goal, X, Y, and Z has to be done. I feel sorry for myself, but if I desire my dream, my goal, my ambition, I'm going to have to suck it up. I still feel sorry for myself. Okay, Shasta. Oh, girl. Yeah. Now, that does not mean to say that the upgrade doesn't happen on all individuals. It does. Okay. Well, is this your energy? Is this their energy? There could be some conflict at the moment going on. Now, I feel it's within. There could be something personal going on in your life, but I also feel there could be something personal going on in your DM's life. This could be some contract of some description. It could be a legal situation. Again, it's not advice. It's just a card of legalities. What the heck is that? It feels heavy. It does feel heavy. There has been a change dynamic surrounding this. I feel in the weeks coming, you're going to be stronger with your approach and your feelings and your confidence. I don't know why I get physical movement within the joint connection here. This is a negotiation that is coming back on the table. I don't know why I keep hearing playing hardball, though. Okay, there's a conflict here. Look, what I'm getting is maybe some information that is occurring and going down. I would definitely say from what I'm seeing in front of me, there is something going on with GM. It could feel relating to the past. It could be toxic. It could be a karmic cycle wrap. There's a bit of messiness there, although I don't know why. Now, if this hasn't happened already, I wouldn't be surprised of it being on its way. There can be a reopening up of an old case between you and GM. It's almost like I'm feeling the both of you together. It's really weird. Yeah. Feeling the both of you together. Now, could this be that you're going to be hanging out more or directly coming into that movement? Very possible. If it has been cold as ice, something directly is shifting, but I definitely do sense now it's either in the here and now or it's very, very close because it's been shown to me in such a cemented reality. It's like you guys are together. So this is either on its way or it's happening. Do I see some mess that's involved? I do. You're the third person, and it was coming through with some of the reads, especially for May, to do with July. I kept hearing again, and I have this card, and it is either, it shows me physical dates, and it shows me a Christmas in July or Christmas of this year. I'm feeling, again, a lot closer. I'm hearing the term, this is random, bringing sexy back. I don't know if you want to change something up. This person feels a little bit jealous. You're being protective, though. You're being cautious. You're still protecting yourself. Yeah, it makes sense. It's like you're raising the bar on a situation. Yeah, definitely. You also, I just want to FYI, you could be really moving into a very fertile cycle. This could be a very fertile cycle for you, so do with it as you will. There could be a subject to do with family, tribe, and children. But I don't know why I feel them in your aura. I wouldn't be surprised. Something and it's shifting. If they are in a karmic dynamic and there's been a bit of misunderstandings between the both of you, I think something is shifting again. And it feels there could be communication that is coming in. They're asking you to be open to that. Yeah, they're just asking you to be open to it. But I definitely see there could be, on a very separate level, you could be dealing with a very separate situation that could be causing some semi-issues, but it's going to be very temporary. I hope that helps. We have Giggle. I think we have Giggle. Yeah, we got Giggle now. Next. Oh, I got my neck pinched this morning. I did it myself. I tweaked my neck. We have Giggle. Place your intentions into the energy and we will see what is coming up. Oh, this person feels anxious as hell. Heck, anxious. So anxious. What? Panicky. So panicky. The hell is going on there? I feel there could be a shift within their employment. We had the card of employment, but it was in reverse. It could be that they're on holiday, they're on leave. A change happening in that area. You're looking at it that this person is not going to budge because pride cometh before a fall. Okay. Well, Mars is the masculine energy and it's been all lit up like a Christmas tree. No wonder we're hearing Christmas in July. What I want to be, our masculine energies within our own life are going to be as well. Now, what I have here is this person is dealing with, it sucks to be in Aries. Let's put it that way. And I'm lucky enough that with the coaching and the readings I do know particular individuals, twins, energy. Aries has been both transforming. We can look at it like being a sock inside out turned the correct way. Cleaning it, transforming it, getting our energy in order. Many could have used a lot of energy, could be very burnt out. The other hindrance we had was Mars sitting in the house of Pisces. I believe it was Mars. Yes. That we did see some very interesting subjects in the media. I can see there is a feeling, that they are very reminiscent. There was a lot of healing they were going through to do with marriages, contracts, partnerships. We have a good thing is this was to do with the past. This person did have a lot of hang-ups to do with your past as well. They could have brought it up quite a bit. But again, this is moving to the past position. So this can be if this person was doing shadow work and they were dealing with traumas of past romantic situations, it feels like it is moving to the past. Their heart chakra is opening up and becoming more ready. This can be a time where if they are moving into harmony and alignment, their communication style can be more vibrationally in alignment, and they are thinking about love in a long-term setting. They're also referencing that they like you to see them at their strongest, not at their weakest, even though you have seen the polar opposite in the context of the crowding energy. Ooh, well, that's a turnaround. Okay, they do feel at times they have been quite selfish within love. They have been indulgent. They have been considering themselves. This also can be a revelation where they felt they should have been single for a little bit because they weren't quite ready to, after maybe enduring a toxic relationship, to be ready to give extra because they were still trying to replenish their own cup. But they are in awareness that their methods, their manners were quite one-sided in the mix of things. So there has been a lot of reflection this person has moved through. Did I have another card there? No. I guarantee me going quite triggers you because you're probably thinking, oh, shit, what's she saying? Okay, two things. This could be two things you're thinking or two things directly this person is dealing with. I can say that they are coming out of the reading and moving forward as the King of Cups, which I did say the behavior is going to change. They do know that you want to have more transparency inside this connection. That you are going to have questions, that you are wondering why this person has gone MIA, and there are some questions here that need to be answered. At times you feel this person is running a double life, but ultimately, inside yourself in a very closed setting, I would say in a very closure-orientated setting, if they were in fact happy and they were living a double life, that would actually mean that they're not happy. So you're looking at it, it's something that it's almost like the key to your wisdom is there, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is that is going on with them, whether it be an actual 3D situation of a third party energy, or whether it just be the shadow energy of the person actually healing. You're undecided about that, but you do want some transparency here. I just see this person coming through being very open, very genuine. Okay, feelings. They feel you're not making it easy for them, which is necessary. They do feel this is a bitter pill to swallow. They do know that they are delaying and stagnating. And they also know you're not going to make it easy for them. Something in you has shifted. So you're not, it's not like you're rolling the red carpet out to say it's okay, no, you know what you want, you know how it's coming. I do get, if there's a tower moment with this person, this is coming to a crunch for them where they are having to take a left or a right. And I do feel that's what this whole reading's about. There's a left or right. I feel they're strong enough to actually make that decision. They're going to do that as much as possible with that integrity. But it is coming to that point where when they're away from you, this is how they feel. So they do directly have their answer. I think they're breaking a chain here. They're breaking a cycle. But they know they can't. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is a pattern that's been broken. And they're definitely referencing some emotional situation that did traumatize them quite a bit from previous connections, and also old feelings they're having coming up to do with you. I feel it's very close. If they haven't communicated, it is very close. Your concern is when they do go to communicate, or if the communication does come in, it's just going to go back to a repeat kind of cycle. I feel it depends on how you address it. Yeah, definitely. They're delaying the inevitable. They know what they have to do. You could actually have some communication coming in. You also get, for some reason, I'm just picking up that you psychically could be picking up on some of their ailments at this point in time, and you're probably going to get the intuitive hit a couple of days before communication comes in. So it can be a bit of a purge, and then it's sort of like the communication comes in. But yeah, they're fighting it. They're fighting it tongue and nail there. And they know they've got to come correct. They know what they need to leave behind, and they know that there's going to be questions. It's killing them, but they know. We have twin flame love potions. Let's see what's coming up for you. What would you like to look at? Your TF path? Yes, unfortunately, with Mars and Pisces, it can be habits and patterns and stagnation. Look, Mars wants to move forward. Pisces does the polar opposite. I'm scared of a new beginning. I don't want to be the fool card in tarot. Now, Mars moves out of the house of Pisces. That's what we're waiting for at this point in time, is Mars to get along and move on out. And that is happening. Where are we? Let me look at the chart. Mars doesn't enter Aries until the 30th. It's there for a reason. Mine is an Aries too. Yeah, so it's hard because it's both. It's sort of like the natural embodiment of a Mars energy is to proceed forward, to go in, to know the direction, a bit like Sun. Pisces, on the other hand, is very intellectual. So what happens is this push-pull dynamic, reacting. Sometimes we can have substances crop up with Mars and Pisces. We can have addictive tendencies, psychology, mental health can be possible. with those placements. So it depends on how it shows up. It's going to shift out of Pisces. So good time to drink fluid, good time to pay attention to your psyche, and know that if you're actually having shadow work, we're aware of it. We're aware of it's not permanent. We also could go into fantasy land. Science fiction, Pisces. We could go into fantasy land. We also could get disillusioned. But as it does shift, it's almost like our minds are going to become clearer, and we can actually proceed forward. But until it does that, it's a little bit iffy. Yeah, well, it's not helpful at this point. It's going to make us foggy and burnt out. Foggy and burnt out. Oh, I'm going, like, literally, I had so many people last week actually say, I actually forgot what I was going to say. What was I doing? And it was like, yeah, and it's not just the Mercury retrograde. It's the fact that we have Mars in the house of Pisces. So mind and energy is not working. Okay. And he has Pisces rising. Oh, God. Yeah, so look, this confirms really that that person's going through a spiritual shift. There also can be in karmic relationships, for instance, with the placements. There can be some psychological situations they're dealing with within the dynamic of the connection. We had the eclipse in Libra. It doesn't have to be that divorces happen right away, or separations, or disconnecting from a contract, or evolving something, transforming it in some shape or form. But it's going to come in the months to come. So it can pop off at that time. But even as we do move through, if they ignore, it doesn't go away. It just keeps cropping up. And that's for all of us collectively. Those areas of Aries, Libra, Pisces, Virgo. Okay, let me see what's coming up for your individual. You're like, what am I doing? What am I doing with this? The gods must be crazy. What am I doing with this? I do feel you're changing overnight, though. I feel you're changing overnight. Your viewpoint of this, your standpoint, your boundaries, you have evolved overnight. You've been in it. We go through these levels. There's individuals in their circle who I feel are full of victim conscious energy. I don't know, yeah. Their circle of friends, this could even be a karmic individual. I feel like there's had to be so many sacrifices in this. I feel you're sort of leading by example, and this is kind of attracting this person in to go through a transformation. I don't know why I'm hearing this. Who the heck? Have you ever watched I Dream of Jeannie? That's random. There could be a contextual reason they mention it. It could be that the person looks like it. I have no idea. They just referenced I Dream of Jeannie. He has Pisces rising. I was standing under a tree yesterday, and we had to trim a tree, and I swear I got wood chips in that. You loved that show. It's sort of like you're going to be the magician. They do look at you sort of like a dreamboat. You are coming up very positively. Like how they're viewing you is the Lover. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the High Priestess. When they're thinking of you, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of respect. There's a viewpoint that they have is very different. Sometimes they have fallen into traps of feeling sorry for the wrong people. I think that's sort of evolving. I do feel that's evolving. They could have a tribal kind of situation that they're dealing with. Yeah, it's sort of like they're in two worlds. They could be juggling things. They could be trying to be too many things to too many people. They're putting the pavement down for the new beginning with you as they're leaving a cycle behind. That's strange. That's like, how do I explain it? I used to love that show, Bewitched. Yeah. I could never get the nose going like her, but, Master. Yeah, it was the epitome of a divine feminine. I will make all your dreams come true. Mm. And then we get ourselves into all sorts of trouble. It was like the naive, young naiveness of love. Are you aware if they're in a karmic relationship? Because there seems to be something that they feel entangled in. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. I just keep hearing expectations. Expectations, expectations around family. There could be somebody unwell in the family as well. We have the legacy and inheritance card. Oh, it's getting all too much for them. You're believing they can handle this. It's sort of like as much as you could be in awareness of some dynamics going on in their life, it's like you feel that they can address this. As far as I know, he's still with his baby mama. Well, that makes sense because there's juggling, but it's funny, they're actually, before I heard I Dream a Genie, I did think back to when individuals do exit stage of connection. And, a lot of times it can be to do with food resources, money, um, alimony, whatever that be. I sort of feel they're already putting the placements of the stones in place to exit stage. But again, I hear integrity and I also hear self liberation. So it's like they're working on how they can still adhere to that responsibility with the past versus the present, but they're moving towards, they're already taking steps towards what they can do to kind of have that new beginning. They may have broken up, I don't know. The person feels very focused on the future. I don't sense anyone around them. That is a possibility. However, one thing they were showing me is preparing for an exit. Very accepting, very logical to, sorry, this person does have integrity because they're coming up as the King of Coins. But it also feels they have the intent to do the right thing so that it closes the cycle correctly so they can start their new. But they are multitasking at the moment between the old world and the new world. It feels a bit messy. It probably will because we still are Mercury retrograde. I feel they're dealing with it. They're still placing stones in place. You'll probably see more movement as we do have, the movement through into the following month, I feel. And you can actually get the results of what could have been possible this month. Hope that helps. Definitely thinking about you quite heavily. They're saying you're also going to get a song synchronicity this week, so pay attention to it. They have a message for you. We have Char. It's your turn, Char. Save. So, it does feel like it. It felt as though they were considering that and they were actually placing structures. They're mentioning structures. It's financial. Does feel financially linked. Okay. So we have done, what have we done? We have done Tracy, Dawn, Shasta, Giggle, Twin Flame LP, and now we're on to Char and then Kerry. Let's see what's coming up here. Interesting, Char. Do you know the industry your twin works in? Is it a professional sort of industry? Wow. Wow. Have you been picking up on real heavy energy with this person, Char? Because it looks like shit. Hey, what French kiss it brings to mind? Beautiful, lovely. Wish you were here. I absolutely love that movie. Anyone else seen that movie? You got to see it. Lactose intolerance. She's like, oh my God, I really don't understand why I haven't tried this cheese. And then she's holding on to the doors. She's like, lactose intolerance. It looks like an absolute hangover after. This person's got some shite going down. I mean, some shite. So I would say we could literally tag energy that is going through an awakening or has psychic kind of attributes to their energy. It could be audible. It could be sensory. It could be astro projecting, dream states, signs and synchronicities. It's we go to different levels. Our abilities do become entangled. Over the last 48 hours, I have been very busy, but also my guides have been chiming in. They were getting really shitty with me. And it was only at the last instant that I had the download. It could have been a person's name, a thought, a feeling, and then within that day, that hour, I will get a phone call with a message relating to in relationship to that person, whomever that person was that I was thinking about at the time. And it has been going on, I would say, for about a week. But again, when we're 2-3D, we don't hear the 5D. We don't listen to our guides, and because we're not stopping, we've got too much white noise going on. So it's almost like they're calling us at this point in time into connecting and listening. Especially if we've been seeing them for a long time, we can get a bit complacent, but they're trying to get your attention. You're not listening. They want to fine tune that channel. If you have been picking up on something, some shit's going down with this person. That doesn't mean to say that's a bad thing. Okay? And hear me out. I think there's some old circumstances that were way past their use by date, where they could be seeking a professional for this to wrap it up, to get it done in a professional manner, in a neat, tidy fashion. They keep going back to a professional manner. Ooh, okay. They are seeing the shadow energy of how people have manipulated them to see you in particular ways, but how they're actually also having to look at how they have seen themselves. The people that they had attracted in their life were and this does not feel, this is not twins' first rodeo, okay? And it doesn't mean to say that there's billions of romantic partners out there. That's not what I'm picking. I'm picking from a karmic level with cycles and patterns and habits. This person is coming to a different stage of their life. And it's where one has a light bulb moment and realizes, wow, this has been a synchronistic pattern going on for a while here. How do I keep attracting these dynamics? What do I actually need to do to step out of it? They're seeing the light of what these situations, people, places, and things are. They were very stuck for a long time. It's not that they don't have integrity. I feel they would literally roll their body out like a carpet for particular individuals, not necessarily understanding, A, that's not required, and B, We need to pick who we're doing that for. So I feel there's a lot of regret, but I do feel they're going to need some support. I do feel a changing situation happening around their family. In the heart of it, there is a Tower. We do have the karmic in reverse here. I just get that you're going to pick up on it. This could be something you directly hear through a grapevine that is quite shocking. Feels shocking and sudden. Shocking and sudden. Okay, what does Char need to know, please? You're not expecting it. They're asking you to closely pay attention to your feelings. I was delayed and did not know it. My internet is acting up on me. You're a dag. You can go back and listen to it, sweet. Okay, one thing I'm definitely seeing is, I feel in the next few days you're going to get some downloads. If your vibration suddenly is going up and down and it's not yours, it's not where you initially were, and it feels very triggered, very anxious, and the person's name pops up in your head, that is the start point, the play button of some showdown going on in their life. I feel they're really creating a balance in their life of taking the power back. This can be a showdown between karmic energies, and I don't feel all karmic energies in this related dynamic of physical romantic partners or exes. I feel this can be tribe, family. This is in various areas of their life. They're putting their foot down, and they're doing it the professional way, though. But I do think this is a huge shake-up for this person. In the context of you, they are thinking about you, but they're actually looking at you in a very healthy format now. And they're realizing some of these individuals were sabotaging the both of you. Okay. We have Kerry now. Kerry, how are you, my love? Are you still here? Last but not least, the beautiful Kerry. How have you been transitioning through this month, lady? I bet you've been busy. I would not be surprised if you've been busy with all this energy. Have you had time to sleep? Oh, goodness me. Most welcome, Char. So we have completed all of them apart from Kerry, which we will get into right now. Paging Kerry. My daughter called me earlier screaming her head off, I can't find my keys. I was like, what? And she goes, Mum, listen to me. And I went, what? I'm psychic. I'm supposed to pick up what you want to talk about. She goes, you are. I said, you want me to help you find your keys? That is one thing, ironically enough, it's never been a huge, my guides are interesting. They're like, it's not important. People, yes, I can actually get visions and things like that. But when it comes to, like, I'd have friends calling me up to find their pack of smokes. And I'm like, this is hella random. But funny enough, their guides help them find things in the location I told them that were polar opposite that they needed to find. And they were like, oh, would cause heaps of fights between them and their partner. Things that they didn't know were there. Anywho, we are going to, so yeah, my daughter's like, I can't find my keys. Hi, Kerry. I said to her, look, she goes, baby's taking them. And I said, look, if she's a baby, she's low, right? Get down low. We're looking at in between the couch, in the cot, under the bed, under the couch, in washing, in her toy box. So she found them in the couch. And I was not utilizing my psychic energy for that. That was just logic. Being busy up and down, can't get to sleep. Oh, girl, my sleeping pattern. Mars and Pisces at the moment is going to make your mind overstimulated. Okay, so you're going to remember the sippy. It's probably no. Not this month, not until after the 30th, because that's going to cause issues. Caffeine intake as well for Mars and Pisces. Is going to cause conflict with the crown chakra and sleeping. So it's almost like we need that, but we don't. So we need to try and keep it at that standard level we always did, and then flush in between so that we can actually rest. The worries, we need to cast them aside and place them down on a journal so we don't take them to bed. But even in saying that, you are going to feel overstimulated. So you're going to need to be careful with the color red. You're going to need to be careful with overstimulation and having time to wind down. So it could take you double to triple the time of winding down in your day. And, you know, if you're feeling aggressive or angry, so it's the red food groups reduce, just temporarily. Not medical advice, astrology and chakras. Anywho. It shall pass. Let's see what's coming up for you. First thing I get is, oh my gosh, how did so much come about in such a short space of time? It feels that if you were to write down everything that's happened this month, it feels like it's been crammed, condensed, pushed. There's lots of information. There's lots more coming. It feels very extra, okay? Have you dealt with something that shifted very quickly? I don't know. There could be something in your mind. Deep down, you also feel with this romantic interest. And I'll speak in code. This romantic interest here, you don't feel that, look, the guides are telling me it's either you're going to get some information that is going to give you a hunch, but you also are feeling probably in a mental sense that something's not going to last. This also could link to a personal situation you're dealing with. However, in relationship to this individual, you're going to find deep down subconsciously, you know something's going to like hit the deck. You're too healthy, Carrie. There could have been some shadow work that came up for you. Some of their friends aren't as nice as they think. They could be some shady individuals. Something's coming to a head. You're wondering if this person is always going to have this habit. I actually feel the habit resides on the karmic side. I don't know why that they're making reference to the point they may not be talking to family as much at the moment. This can either be tribe and children, could also be parent energy. It's like they're gone quiet all of a sudden. This could be due to the karmic. Something's about to go down. Something's going to give you this information, though, as it does come through. It's almost like it's going to give you the confidence that you can have your star. Yeah, you can have your star. And this can be with this individual, okay? Can be with this individual. Universe has a funny way of coming to you. Usually when a door opens, a door opens. So when this is ripe for picking, a couple of other opportunities are coming your way simultaneously. You could say to yourself, how the heck did I manifest some of these circumstances? There could be some decent opportunities coming. I'm seeing 2 to 3 doors, 2 to 3 opportunities. Somebody is also stalking you via media. This could be through your friends, through, text messages, emails. But there's some stalking going on here. They're also finding that they're less supported, less understood within this dynamic. They're so shitty at themselves for misuse of power. Something's going pear-shaped in this dynamic with them. But I definitely am hearing you're going to get some gossip. Now, in your own personal life, again, I feel that you could be trying to put your finger on a situation and quite unsure. There does seem to be in the weeks coming, I'm seeing an increase of income, increase of money, changes of that. You could also feel you are ready spiritually for change, or that physical large change is coming. This is making you really focus on your pentacles, focus on your safety net, focus on where you're going, where you feel is in more alignment to you. A big opportunity is coming to you. It may mean you're having to change the whole way you're living at this point in time, but it is going to be beneficial to you. So be open to that, be open to taking it. I do feel that door is going to help you go the distance, but it is going to be a left or right situation. It's funny, it's almost like I'm hearing there will be no both. There will be a physical left or right. I'll leave it at that. Mercury's not direct yet. Channel messages are channel messages. Information is on its way. That's what my guides are saying. I remember giving Giggle a reading, and I was like, right, when the phone call comes in, you remember it, Giggle, you're going to have water in the bath dripping. Gave her the example. And then the energy came through. That would be nice. I'm completely off social media and keeping. Doesn't mean to say people that don't know you aren't. There could be a snap of a photo before you know it, you're exposed. The joys of social media. That is very much in this day and age how these things happen. People communicating with friendship groups. If there's a way, where there's a way, there's a will. They can find the information they need. I do feel so, but I feel the vibration within the family is changing. There is an evolution and a change. For those of you that don't know, we do have the Twin Flame Connection coming up tonight. It will be on premiere. We also do have the additional updates for the Members Hub. If you do join a YouTube membership, you can get your super chats there. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to our moderator of the day. Most appreciated. Love and light, and I'll see you soon.